My best friend told me I was like a brother to him. I just didn't know he was keeping score. I met Jason when I was 19. We worked at the same grocery store during college. Long shifts, low pay, too much free time to talk. That's how the friendship started. Over the years, life changed. Different careers, different cities, different relationships, but somehow we stayed close. Jason was the person I called when something good happened, and usually the first person I called when something bad happened too. When I got promoted at work, he celebrated with me. When my long-term relationship ended, he helped me move out. For years, I genuinely thought our friendship was built on loyalty. Then I started noticing something strange. Whenever something good happened to me, Jason seemed supportive, but only for a moment. After that, the conversation somehow became about him. If I got a raise, he'd talk about how underpaid he was. If I bought something nice, he'd mention how hard things had been financially. If I talked about a vacation, he'd explain why he never got opportunities like that. At first, I felt guilty, like maybe I should be more careful discussing positive things around him. But eventually, the pattern became impossible to ignore. Every achievement felt like it created tension, not celebration. One night, we met for drinks after work. The conversation started normally. Sports, work, random life updates. Then I mentioned that I had been offered a management position, a pretty significant step in my career. Jason smiled, congratulated me, raised his glass, the usual. But later that night, after a few drinks, something slipped out. He laughed and said, "Must be nice having everything work out for you." The comment caught me off guard, because it wasn't what he said, it was how he said it. There was something underneath it, something bitter. I tried joking it away, but the mood had already changed. After that evening, I started looking back differently. Little comments from previous years suddenly made more sense. Every sarcastic remark, every backhanded compliment, every moment that felt slightly off. Then came the real turning point. A mutual friend invited several of us to a barbecue. Jason was there. So was a guy named Chris, someone I barely knew. At one point, I walked around the corner of the house looking for a drink and accidentally overheard part of a conversation. Jason was talking about me. At first, it sounded harmless, then it got worse. He described me as lucky, privileged, someone who never struggled, someone who had opportunities handed to him. The strange thing was, none of it was true. Jason knew exactly how hard I worked. He knew the setbacks, the failures, the years spent building my career. But that version of me didn't fit the story he preferred, because if my success came from effort, then maybe his excuses became harder to believe. I never confronted him directly, not because I was afraid, because sometimes people reveal their real feelings when they think you're not listening. And once you've heard them, there's not much left to discuss. After that, the friendship slowly faded. Fewer calls, fewer meetups, less effort from both sides. Not because of one argument, but because I finally understood something. Some people want you to succeed, just not more than them. And when your progress starts reminding them of their own frustrations, support quietly turns into resentment. So here's the question. If a friend celebrates your success in front of you, but resents it behind your back, were they ever really your friend? Or were they just comfortable as long as you stayed at the same level?